Sorry, lad.
Oh, got my foot caught.
Put your leg over.
Oh dear.
It's been a while since you put your leg over. Oh dear. Oh! That's it.
Yes, it's a nice little ride.
Yeah, it is.
Takes about an hour.
And it only goes as far as
Gallions, yeah, don't go that far.
not likely to pass.
It used to go right through.
Yeah. I think they all did, didn't they? Sainsbury's used to be the last stop.
Yeah, it used to go to Thames. It used to stop at Gallions.
Yeah.
Then go, used to be Asda's first, didn't
Yeah,
it? Then go-
yeah,
and then
Asda's,
go on to
Bustle,
Thames, yeah. Now, if you want to go on, you have to get this one and get another one. You have to get another one now.
If you want to go to, yeah.
Like there, you know.
I'll have to give the girls an update on their granddad soon.
Yeah.
Stratford Broadway. A light here for Moorfields, Stratford.
Aye.
A long here from Moorfields.
Oh,
But
yeah.
gone by now.
Yeah, I've got that. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. We've now got to go to this one and then we've
Got to go to
the other
Norfolk,
one.
yeah, Goodman's. And that's 3 o'clock, and so I won't be able to
Yeah.
go to the hospital tomorrow.
No, that's what I said.
262.
So if I'd have thought I could have tried to change
Gallions
it.
Reach Shopping
Too
Park.
late.
So late now. Get it done with
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right,
Aye, it is, yeah.
I've seen any red buses now.
No.
They're all different colours.
No, but I think it's nice. I mean, it's advertising, but
Yeah. It's cost a few bob, isn't it?
yeah. It helps keep the fares down for the customers, so yeah. This is coming up lunchtime, kids are all here.
Oh, it's so time by that clock.
Yeah.
My husband,
Yeah.
Gallions Reach Shopping Park.
Yeah, that's looks like it's a basketball,
Oh,
or it's got like we got
Oh,
the
is it?
net
Oh.
like there.
oh yeah. All covered in it.
Yeah. Suppose that's when the schools, you know,
Yeah.
do having since Greenwich was done.
So how about
one of Dave's nephews got married in it.
When is it? I don't know.
It's Church Street. I don't know what the name of the church is. I can't remember. I know we went there one of Dave's, his eldest sister, one of her boys, got married there.
I think my boys got married, they both got married in the same church because the girls lived over.
Yeah.
So I think it was nearer to yeah,
First off, I think all the girls, I think they all got married there as well.
But like my boy, but the girls, like granddaughters, they all got married. That's we all went out a weekend. They got married in what's it, one of those or some things like that.
Yeah, that's all the range now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before it was in churches, wasn't it? Or let's call it. Well, like I got married to registry officers.
Yeah. I know our Sally, she was supposed to get married in this country, but they went to Spain for a week, her and the bridesmaids and some of the thingy, and they got stranded over there. Couldn't come on, so she ended up getting married over there.
Yeah, two of my Jean's girls, they got married. Sandra, she got married in America, Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
She got married there, and she just had a couple of witnesses over there, and she got married. And then Linda and Jimmy, they got married in on the beach. They got married on the beach somewhere.
Oh yeah.
One at not Thailand or something, one of the
262.
She had a lovely white dress and everything. But my Jean didn't know. But what she done, she said, because Sue's two girls, Sue's two girls, they were coming up about 10 or 11, I think. And she said it would be nice if they would be bridesmaids. But because it was done abroad, they when they came back, they had another kind
So,
of
yeah, well, that's
they had
what-
a party
That's
thing,
what Sally
and
done.
Jean bought little dresses for the two girls, Lily and Jolie, and because we went to it, that's the time when there was Shirley, Lindsay was only a few months old, and we had a car and we went down to it, down to the all like the party and that's when all the blinking
Victoria
electrics went
Road.
on his car, all the lights, he could drive it, but and coming on it was a nightmare because it was but my Jean said you can't drive only this, you can't drive on like that, and Sue and Michael said we've got room, you can stay with us, but Michelle refused point blank, she wanted to get home. Wasn't thinking that my Sue and that they were disgusted. They said, well, what about the baby? You've got a baby in that car. And Neil Lee was a bit the same, but he takes notes. Phone Marlene. Yeah, this is 11 o'clock at night. Phone Marlene. He'll come and pick us up.
He would have.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would have.
but it's
Not fair.
I don't think Lee would. I don't think Lee refused. He said, no, how can I? Just tell me. He's got to come all the way to Ramsgate.
But also, he's got a family of his own.
Yeah, but it wasn't in London, it was in Ramsgate. So anyway, Michael and Jimmy, he like Linda because she said to Lee, well, you and like me could stay with the baby, but she was going home now. She was going to get home. She was going to get home. She was so angry. But I'll tell you what, my Jean and my Sue, and they were disgusted.
Yeah. Well, I think I would be annoyed.
And she was so insistent. No, I want to get home. Don't matter if we had a big accident.
Yeah.
So anyway, we came home. I said, no, I'll go with him, because I was in the back with the baby. And he had to drive very slowly. It was motorways, and there wasn't a light on the motorways. And he had to drive slowly. But lucky enough, what he used to do, if they're lucky enough that if a car got in front of them, he could tell their tail lights. And he followed. But we got as far as the service station, and he said, that's it, I'm not going no further.
Who he did?
Lee.
Good.
He said, no, I'm not going no further. It was freezing cold, it was in the winter. Baby was lovely, she was lovely. Anyway, she was no more than like 6 months old. And we stayed overnight. He said, I'm not moving now. And Dave didn't come with us because we had the dog. He said, no, I sat on with the dog, like we had the dog. So he didn't come, and I said, we didn't have mobile phones then. And I said, oh God, I said, Dave would be worried sick. Couldn't let him know what was happening. But anyway, so Lee said, he's sorry. And I'll make him right. He said to her, I am stopping here. He said, until it starts to get light. Then we'll go. And that's what we've done. Well, we got home to my place, my day was going frank.
I bet he was.
And when I told him what happened, he went mad. He said, she what? She wouldn't stay, they offered. I said, no, she wouldn't stay. He was disgusted. And he sort of had a go. We didn't have a party, because Lee didn't stop, he dropped. I sort of dropped me off, and then they went straight home with the baby. But he'd had no sleep all night, though, and everything. But my Lee, he couldn't get over it. My mother Dave couldn't get over it.
I'll tell you what, if my mum had known that, she would have torn her strip off.
Oh, and Penny might have done it. No, Penny would have known. Penny, that's what they told her. But
I can't, well, they're my family, I love them all dearly, but I can't make them out.
They turned my Sue and all that, they were really disgusting.
And yet she could be so lovely.
She came, she came when she wants to be. I'll always remember that. Driving no lights. As I say, as soon as he got to a service stop, he said, that's it, I'm not going no further. And he didn't. Which is good.
I know we was, I think we'd gone to pick up Wayne and Gary. Our neighbours who used to live above us, they moved out. And I told you they loved our kids, so every so often they'd come up and they'd take our kids back with them. And they'd spend the weekend. And we'd go down there on the Friday and we'd drop them off, and then they'd do them on the Sunday. But this particular week we went down and we was bringing them home. And we conked out on the motorway. So the four of us, I think we managed to get into, I don't know if it was a car park that was attached to a shop or what, but it was out and it was right in the middle of the sticks. You know? And I said to John Blimey, I said, we could die here because hardly anything was going by. The kids loved it because it was like, it was an adventure to them.
She bought a drink at her, and I said I'll pay for it for her. It was a West Ham one night. At the moment, and she ordered one for her mum with an eel. The girl made of night. She done an eel one. So she's got them hanging on the side, and she's got them
Back it up, yeah.
And she said, your dream catcher giving me oratory. She said to me this morning, I don't think I want that dream catcher name. She said, do you want it? She said, give me such a horrible dream. I said, well, she said, well, they are hanging up. I ain't what's the name of them yet? She said, I don't know if they could number her one day. She said, I had this dream. She said, there was all these people. She said, but they all had horrible faces.
Bless her.
All night. And she showed me a photo. She said, they all look like this. I said, she looked like zombies. She said, she said, that one done. And he looked more like a skeleton. He took with a big old all right. And the others, red eyes, red when she showed me, she said, please woke me up. She's had some funny dreams. She told me one about the days.
In the what?
All the days. I said, well, you can't blame that dream catcher. I said, because she's had some horrible ones before. I said, she says, yeah, I suppose so. She says, I don't think I want it then.
Oh, bless her. She can't send it back.
No. Yeah, once she told me about a dream. She said, oh no, she said, I had a peculiar dream last night. I said, what's that? She said, well, because they were going on all but somehow or other, for some reason, I don't know, they couldn't get in anywhere, but they see this big house. So they decided to stop and go in, like, look at that. Well, no one answered, so the door was open, so they went in. She said, it went in, she said, and it seemed alright. She said, but then, when they were sitting there at night, she said, we had a big, large statue of a bus on the side.
A bus?
A bus.
Oh yeah.
You know, you get the bus with a man like that. And she said, and every time I looked at it, his eyes was looking at me. She said they kept moving around the room. And I think she said, he turned round, but Michelle didn't hear it, only she heard it, and he said, what are you doing here? And she said, I was petrified. When they said back, I ain't going up there.
Oh, bless her.
She said, anyway, she said that they stayed there for a little while, but in the end that they all got a bit wary. So they went and got back in the car and slept in the car. But she said, I got back in the car and said, and this old lady was sitting next to me.
Gallions
It was the ghost of this old lady who said it was her ass. She said, but Mum and Dad couldn't see her, only Linda. She said she was so nice. She said to me, I am so sorry that you got,
you were frightened,
apparently, I went over to Lindsay, where'd you get?
She does have some dreams, doesn't she?
Then there was another one she told me. She said, she's got my fragrance.
Then that what?
The fragrance.
Oh yeah.
She said, well, we was up, she said, I was with Mum and Dad and Nanny and that, Penny. She said, we was in this big hall. She said, I don't know if it's a party or what. She said, but we was all flying around. She said, they was all flying around fine. She said that one, it shot me right across the room. She said it shot right across the room. She said, no, I was in a load of fragrance. I said, oh, Lindsay, she gives herself a laughing. I said, the dreams you had?
She had.
Oh, she does have some weird dreams, I'm telling you.
Bless her.
No. That's like I said, well, that one ain't no more weirder than the others.
She should write them down.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Dove approach.
I don't remember my dreams.
Some I do, some I don't.
I mean, everybody dreams. You have to.
Yeah.
You know, and what and sleep.
Sometimes
But
I wake up and I don't remember. Another time I can wake up and...
Most of them I don't. Some of them I do. Some of them I wake up crying.
Oh, I've done that
So,
before. Yeah, I woke up crying. Sometimes I woke up laughing.
Well, yeah, I've done that. No.
I can't remember what was
No,
really.
which is annoying. And John Summer used to sort of like, because he would laugh, but he would talk as well. So I used to hear all about what was going on because he used to talk. That was the only way I learned about some of the jobs he'd done.
Yeah.
When he was in the ambulance service, because he used to talk in his sleep about.
Oh, Dave used to talk. When we first got married, Dave used to talk in his sleep. And when we first got married, we were staying with my mum and dad.
Yeah.
We had my bedroom, it was only a small room, so I only had a single bed.
Yeah.
So when we first got married, we only had
Quite
a single
intimate.
bed. Yeah. And one night I woke up because he was, I don't know, he was having a row with someone. I don't know who it was, he was having a row. And I woke up, and as I turned round to look, he's glaring at me. He's staring at me in his sleep, you know, glaring at me. And I said, Dave, you all right? And then he just sort of went to sleep again. When I told him the next day, he said, no, I didn't. I said, I said, you frightened the life out of me.
But no,
He was having a row with someone.
But no, that was the only way I found out. But you know, like some of the jobs he had, they were really bad. But he would never tell me. But of a night, like when he was sleeping, he would talk in his sleep.
Nanti,
Gallions
Cindo jangan mau sebelum dulu.
He wouldn't tell me because he didn't want to upset me. But I was more upset that it was
Ni ada kat
he was
yang
getting stressed.
Kingston Way.
But most of the time, you know, he always told me the ones that made him laugh. I think one of the worst ones he told me about being the ambulance man was it was someone under the train. But what it was mum and her baby. She'd thrown herself in front of the train. I think the baby was yeah, it did, yeah, it did. As I say, he was talking about it. And then there was the one where the Irishman was tried to hang himself.
Oh my God.
And the rope broke and it broke his foot.
Typical.
John said to him, that's typical Irish luck, isn't it, mate? Yeah, tried to hang himself but the rope broke. Oh dear.
Do that right.
And the others was the junkies. They all, when he was trying to help them, they all used to try and stab him with their syringes. I'd have given them a kick where they couldn't show their mum. He's had a few jobs.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah, well, it is dangerous.
Beckton Station.
He was good at his job as well. He was good. He's always been good at all his jobs because he's always made the effort to do, you know, whatever he said, whatever job I'm doing, I've got to do it well. When he was an undertaker, I don't know what I told you, when they was putting one down, he was stood on the edge and the earth started shifting.
Oh my God.
And as they were putting them down, he was sliding down. He was sliding down with them. And he said, I wanted to laugh and shout out. He said, but I couldn't. Scrabbling like to try and keep his foot on the edge. He should write a book.
Yeah. Yeah,
It would be hilarious.
He's told me some, I mean.
Yeah.
One's about the,
Yeah. Oh, you'll think of it.
I think you told me, and then sitting there with him, and he was.
Gallions reach Stratford Bus Station.
Well, as I say, he's brought them into the world. You've seen that at the world. And he's enlisted in between. I think the ones that he got the most joy from was when he brought new life into it.
അത് എനിക്ക് പോലും കിട്ടിയില്ല മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് നല്ല കേക്കായിരുന്നു.
I know he delivered, they were twin and they both fitted in one hand. They were so tired. He had to get them to a special hospital. And he got the rest of them out. He had the blue lights and sign. And they said to him, how on earth did you get here so quick? He thought it was one. He thought that only one thing, but when he looked, it was, as I say, they both fitted in one hand. And they survived. It's a very rewarding job, sad.
മോശമായിപ്പോയി എനിക്കൊരു പീസ് കേക്ക് പോലും മേടിക്കുന്നില്ല. നീ എല്ലാം ഇതൊക്കെ നോക്കി ചെയ്യണ്ടേ? നീ എല്ലാം ഇതൊക്കെ നീ എനിക്ക് മേടിച്ചു തരുമ്പോ എനിക്കൊരു പീസ് നോക്കുമ്പോ
There was a little boy, I think I told you, in his way, he used to go back to the old London hospital and he'd go up the ward and he'd sit with this little boy.
എന്റെ ബർത്ത്ഡേ എനിക്ക് കിട്ടിയതല്ലോ.
But he was never gonna be any better than he was, you know. He had grandparents and parents that used to know him, but he would, but the little boys, I'm sure he knew him, he said, because his eyes used to light up when he seen him. And he just used to sit and talk to him and hold his hand.
രണ്ടെണ്ണം കഴിച്ചു.
And he used to go and see what happens another day.
രണ്ടെണ്ണം
So she swam away through her hips and all.
262. Gallions reach Stratford Park.
I said I'd got hold of him, I've swung over and smashed her against the wall. Anyone that can hurt a child, especially a baby, they don't deserve to do it.
ഞാനത് കഴിച്ചില്ല.
That's the thing. No, but there is
Gallions
real
reach
pennies.
station.
I believe that. I won't be able to cope with that. It's a long while since we've been this way.
Thank you.
This is Gallions Reach. gap, please. This is Custom House for Bexhill West. Cable Car and City Hall. 188 to Tottenham Court Road. National Maritime Museum.
Oh, that's what we do.
Station. Tottenham Court Road.
squeeze in, detail seat, go right up the back. Right, squish in. Oh. Detail seat, squish in. Right, squeeze in, detail seat. Detail seat. Sit down, chuck and onzo. Right, go and find a stair seat, go, 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 go. Squeeze in. Exit 2, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Right, there's a couple of seats in front as well. There's one inside. Sit down.
Sure, yeah, of course.
188 to Tottenham Court Road. Tanner Street.
Well, you can spend it on your own.
is what it is. When we had the chance all these years, we didn't do it. And since a year like this, we didn't do it.
188 to Tottenham Court Road.
So yeah, I don't know, maybe if I'm not working, maybe I'll go somewhere else like that.
So it's already said that we're gonna spend this Christmas again with
Rodney Place.
I'm just assuming, but to be honest, I think
what's your favorite pasta something?
she has to grow up. She has to grow up. She has to understand. Hey, this is lifestyle. What do you think? Besides being sad? Or
Three of you guys live together, so you should spend Christmas together.
closed.
Yeah, we're
Awesome. Right now?
Tottenham Court Road.
would like to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely sounds kind of nice.
Which part? My part or your part? The part English?
English language. It's really disgusting. I don't know anymore. It's already 3 o'clock.
So yeah, as I was saying. Oh yeah, just this side.
Elephant and Castle, New Kent Road.
But how is the typical way to celebrate Christmas?
For me, all the family can see.
From the 24th?
On the 24th and the 25th.
Is there any difference how you celebrate the 24th and 25th?
24th is dinner, 25th is lunch.
And is there a typical meal? A lot of them.
Russian salad.
Really?
Yeah, like you. Russian and salad. You like salad? Russian salad.
You eat salad at Christmas?
But it's so good, that one. It's apples with covered in sweet sauce. So it's sweet with sweet, and you put crumbled nuts on top. And it's very creamy, like minty color sauce. It's really good. It's like I hated salad until my aunt Chippa told me, well, I made it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care, dude. It's salad. Well, maybe you should try it. No, I just told you it's salad. Oh, maybe you hurt my feelings. I don't care. She looked at me like, are you really gonna hurt my feelings? I'm like, just give me the salad. So I tried it. I was like, wait, what? wait, this shit is good.
Is it really from Russia?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the most, like, I don't know, the 5 traditional ones. Turkey.
Yeah, like in the US.
It's so funny. Turkeys are from Mexico.
Everything is from Mexico.
See, Mexico means in the belly of the moon.
188.
So it's the belly of the planet.
Tottenham Court Road.
Actually, no, that's the Chinese stuff. What else?
And you give each other gifts?
Small exchange, cheap gifts.
London Road.
I remember that I was always super picky as a kid, and I would always ask to Santa Claus and the 3 wise men. Both of them the 2 most expensive gifts I could imagine, and I would always get them. Well, there was one time that I would do really bad for me, and I still have it. Maybe that's a bad idea.
To take the person.
No, to always get what you want as a child.
Yeah, probably. It's not so good for your development.
What? Development.
Does it make sense?
To like develop 3 bones. What about you? What would you normally ask to Santa Claus?
I think books and
Jewelry.
jewelry are really good gifts in general.
But which one do you have in Switzerland? 3 wise men or Santa Claus?
Sami Claus.
Santa Claus. Sonic Claus.
Sami Claus and Schmutzli.
188.
Schmuck.
To Tottenham Court Road.
Und Schmuck.
No cheese. No cheese.
But it's fondue.
St
No,
George's
but it's
Circus.
called fondue, but it's not cheese inside the cup. It's bouillon.
Bouillon.
Yes, you do the meat in bouillon.
Oh, so you heat it by yourself?
Yes.
Ah, chuletón. Ah, okay. Yes.
Huh?
And you grab your meat and you boil it by yourself.
And I mean, in the US, I think they used to open their gifts in the morning of the 25th. But we opened it on the 24th in the evening. And then we go to church sometimes. Did you go to church?
A lot, unfortunately. So annoying. Not, there's no church I went to. Regardless of the religion.
188. To Tottenham Court Road. The Old Vic. This bus will wait for a short time for a change of drivers to take place. We apologise for any inconvenience to your journey.
About that.
What do you do after getting a liver transplantation?
I don't know. I've never tried it. My friends say always, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. But after 5 days, it's like hardcore. Jerry. had like the trajectory of a crashing car. What?
You think it's weird?
I think it's good. Well, it's definitely prettier than mine.
But I want I really like my
So what?
double-decker bus.
Her bus. Enjoy. It's all ours. Literally, that's all it has been since we.
188 to Tottenham Court Road.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with which Christmas calendar I should buy for myself. And this year I already ordered one ticket. And yeah, I would like to have something else. For example, I saw online a Christmas calendar with plants or with spices.
Food spices?
Yeah. And there's also a Christmas
Delicious.
one for singles and one for
You can do both. Literally. I was gonna say combine the spices with the teas, which would be great, but it's a little bit
188 to Tottenham Court Road.
And like you buy a lot of those and all of them are for you, or I don't understand what the point is. So it's your calendar or you give away calendar?
I give one away for Vera, but this one I can do it on my own. And she gives me one calendar done by her own. So it's not a calendar you can buy online, it's a do it on your own with the stuff and so.
Or you have to like
I really like Christmas calendars. Oh, and there's also a chips calendar.
chips
Chips calendar.
with fish and tip. One should be the
And the fish is in the number 24.
still
Lancaster Place.
what I was doing.
Yeah, I need to work so hard. Until morning, unfortunately. I want to get up and read. Yes,
What
I wanted to do it so, but always when I cannot stop that. I'm so bad. Getting up in the morning, it's really nice.
I really should take a picture that says since I did it in the process.
In 2014, when I've been here with Vera, my grand uncle was still alive and he lived in London for 30 years. And he was such a nice guy. He was a buttercup, how you would call it. He was so cute. When we were in London, he took care of us. Yeah, he was now, he doesn't live anymore, but already that time he was pretty old. And then we were like,
How long did he pass away?
I think it's already like 5 or 6
Edwin, super common. What is it, Swiss? Edwin is Swiss?
I don't know if it's a Swiss name, but he was Swiss originally.
Okay, but now you're gonna tell me Roberto is Swiss and Enrique and Arturo is Swiss. The Lion King. That's where I should be if I would continue in high artistic career.
Aldwych Kingsway.
That would have been great.
car. And me and Mela was like, oops.
You were trying. Cool, right?
Edwin was driving. Oh my goodness.
What happened after?
I didn't know what to say. Yeah, he had to go back. And the double-decker bus were
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, with the klaxon.
Yeah, they like crazy. And I wasn't able to forget this picture with this little car and this huge red double-decker bus in front of us in the middle of London. And Mera, we were like, yeah, keep on riding around. If you will see.
What, do you have an idea of what you already want to do?
To Tottenham Court Road.
But I think it was pretty in the central, like you could do research.
But he must have been so cute, you couldn't say anything to him.
No, it wasn't really cute. He paid our hotel, the Best Western, and he went together with us to the opera, to watch the Phantom of the Opera, and he invited us again.
Goodbye.
And after that, we went to a pub, two young girls, and
Oh, he must look like the godfather.
gentleman. And we were both so tired with 24 minutes. And he was like, oh, let's take another beer and stay a little bit longer. And
He sounds like a legend.
he was like never tired, never tired. It was so cute. Yeah, he was the godfather of my mother.
Okay.
And she was always sad that she didn't visit him more because he always offered her to come, but she did it only once in her 20s, not again.
Oh, that's right. Naive.
Yeah, and in terms of his
Oh, there's another one. Yeah, check it out.
in terms of his will,
That one must have been more expensive.
they had really an argument after all this.
You got it.
When Edwin passed away because his sister is still alive. It's my mother's aunt, and my mother's father passed away before, and he is the brother of Edwin. So they had like both actually.
What? Testament?
Yes.
What was really
Yeah, actually by law it would have been like half-half, but the sister took everything on her. Like she,
have to
now the sister of Beckton, she took everything from her. And by law it would mean that half for the sister, half for the brother, but the brother, my mother's father passed away, so it would have been my mother and her siblings, which get something from the testament or from the yeah, because it was too complicated because it's England. And
Oh,
it
no,
would have
makes
been
sense.
really crazy, and yeah, it was like also too late. And they spoke to a lawyer which knows only the common law, and he says it would take so long and so much money
to invest.
Yes, it's not worth it. It's so. She's really a sister.
Instead of just handing it on.
She's really good.
So I'm not the only one with family problems.
Yeah, but that's family.
Alright.
But yeah, my mother sometimes tells me how she treated them when they were children.
Okay, we're going there. I need something for my throat. Yes.
188.
the future video. Just to finish my expression. And that was his business? Machines? What kind of machines? Which of course you don't pay much attention to.
No, we were so tired and we just wanted to go home. Keep on talking. I think I'm gonna ask Rita if she remembers.
No, and she's gonna say, no, I he actually had a law firm. Wasn't that right? Because she understands English so much.
Squid for Cambridge.
Oh, that would be very
188 to Tottenham Court Road.
Very fresh donor for It says very fresh donor.
Oh yeah, no, I was kidding, you know? When someone talks in the radio and you don't understand shit. The other pilot, I'm behind the cloud and the mountain and what is there I had to land?
You don't understand that normally?
No, some pilots don't know how to communicate.
You know how to
It's pretty easy.
Oh, Mrs. Outfire. You know the movie?
Of course, Mrs. Doubtfire. In Mexico, it's called Papapo Siempre, which means that forever. Because it
That's
is
so cute.
Robin Williams. It's so sad. That's how really the country. Except you control your phone. For me, it's so funny that the guys that are like super depressed, like, you know, yeah, I do drugs and stuff. That's cool.
Tottenham Court
Dude, they
Road.
do that on purpose so they can get all the chicks. That's why. And they're assholes and they're like, no, I don't want to live. I really don't care because girls are so attractive to guys who don't. They do it on purpose so they can get all the chicks. And fun guys are actually the ones who are most prone to be depressed. So that's when I realized, oh, maybe I should do this. And it started looking. Is this it? No, it's not. Let's wait till. Yeah. Thank you. What's for free? What's for free? This is it.